Hello everybody, I want to talk a little bit about MORTEFI because I hear a lot of people recommending grossly high energy requirements on him, and it is really going to hurt his gameplay if you do it like that. Now let's start with the problems of playing a really high ER MORTEFI. This will promote playing him on a 2 skill per rotation basis, which will mean you aren't fully gonna max out your Concerto energy every rotation. And the reason that's a problem is because his outro skill to trigger the next character's intro skill won't happen, meaning the next character will lose out on a significant amount of both Forte and Liberation energy. And the second reason is because if you look at his kit, you need to actually do his outro skill to get the buff onto the next character. So if you don't max it out, he's nothing more than a sub DPS. So there are a few key points we have to get through in order to explain fully how to play him properly. But let's start at the very beginning, where you have to actually start preparing to get his energy where it needs to be. Step 1. You need to make sure the previous character before you swap into MORTEFI has their Concerto energy completely filled out. Now the reason that's significant is because, as we explained earlier, you do lose out on a lot of energy in both Liberation and Forte. And MORTEFI has a very hard time filling those out in a timely manner on its own. So once your Concerto circle is completely full, you swap into MORTEFI, and then you're going to want to do normal attacks on him until his Forte is completely full. Once this happens, you cast your Liberation, you cast his skill twice, and that second skill is going to help a lot with refilling his Forte gauge, and then you fill it out a third time and recast your skill again. And once you've cast it a third time, that'll help a lot with lowering your energy requirements, and more importantly, making sure your Concerto circle is full every time. But that is not the last step. The most popular thing ran on MORTEFI is the Impermanence Heron, because this is his best set. Not to mention, it does provide your next character with a buff on an outro skill, which is really nice. And my biggest tip for the Heron is to make sure you don't tap the skill before you swap. If you tap, it'll fly up into the air, land back down, do a single instance of damage, and it'll be done. It won't generate a ton of energy, and the damage will be significantly lower than if you do this. If you hold and swap, it'll go into the air, turn invisible for some reason, and then do a fire breath attack that will generate a lot more energy and do a lot more damage. So all these steps together will make his buffs feel a lot more consistent and lower his energy requirements drastically, allowing you to play him in a more damage-oriented style. So doing all this correctly will lower your energy requirements on Jiyan, your MORTEFI, and increase your damage per rotation pretty significantly if you aren't abiding by these. If you liked the video or learned something, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to see me make more quick guides in the future, make sure to leave a comment telling me what you want to see. And by the way, I stream 6 days a week on Twitch. Bye, YouTube.